standing heart opener, chest expansion, palms towards each other, squeezing, or you can connect. Inhale, grow taller, and exhale, invite more back bend. Taking a few more breaths here. Forward fold. Option to hold opposite elbows here. Allow your neck to fully hang loose. And then hip hinging here, getting your chest right upon your knees and giving yourself a hug. Don't want to have a big arc. We want to hip hinge and then fold down there, working on really feeling that hamstring stretch by straightening the legs a little bit more, maintaining your chest upon your quads here, using that breath to help you go deeper. Just breathe into your hamstrings. Warrior Two stance into side angle. Right foot to the front, allow your elbow to gently rest upon your quad, reaching straight open and upward. Welcome to stay here or to drop that hand to the floor on the inside of your foot. If a bind is in your practice, you are welcome to reach under and connect those hands together, keeping your head to the front of your mat. Making sure you breathe. Coming back to your Warrior Two. Finding Warrior Two on the other side. Entering into any version of your side angle today. Side plank. Making sure that your wrist is right underneath your shoulder and knee is right underneath your hip. Pulling your core tight. Option to lift your leg, squeeze your glute, or find your full plank. Bringing foot to the front or even lifting. Making sure you breathe. Really important that you keep that really good alignment. Don't let your shoulder come past your wrist. Making sure to press the mat away really strong. And we'll find side plank on the other side. Feeling free to keep your knee down. Pushing the ground away. Lifting your foot if you would like to work your glute or find a full side plank. Any variation that you would like. Wild Thing pose. Inhale that right foot into the air. Start to rotate that hip on top, making sure to look underneath that right armpit upward. Welcome to drop that foot into Wild Thing pose, pressing your hips, squeezing your glutes, heart opener here. Deep breath, take up space, and control yourself. Back to downward dog. Underneath that left armpit up to the sky, start to rotate that top hip, reaching your toes towards the floor. Welcome to stay here or to drop your foot to the floor. Open up, feel that heart opener here in Wild Thing. Making sure to breathe, controlling back into your downward dog. Camel pose. Keeping your knees right underneath your hips. Inviting that heart opener. Every inhale is a chance to reach higher, and every exhale is a chance to go deeper into that back bend. Flipping your toes and bringing hands upon your heels. Using your breath, making sure You fully breathe here, finding any variation of this camel. Lizard pose, hip flexor stretch. Starting from all fours, bringing that right foot forward so your heel is right under your knee. Then sliding that left leg as far back as it will go. Welcome to stay right here and allow that right knee to fall outward a little bit. If you would like, coming further down onto the forearms. Option to add in a twist. Making sure to breathe and focus on the hip flexor stretch. Finding any variation that's best. Flipping your back toes to get out back to all fours, stepping that left foot forward this time, finding that 90-degree angle, heel right under your knee, sliding that right leg back. Any of those variations for your lizard pose. Pigeon pose. From all fours, drawing your right knee towards your tricep and then taking it to the outside of that right hand, allowing that left leg to go back and to focus on sinking your hips evenly towards your mat. You can also come down a little bit deeper here. Inhale through your nose and exhale, allow yourself to sink evenly into pigeon. Welcome to stay in pigeon or to come upward, pulling up through the pelvic floor, feeling your core. Option to lift that foot and to find queen pigeon if you would like a balanced challenge. And finding your way to all fours, pigeon on the other side, drawing that left knee to the outside of that left wrist, sliding your right leg back, letting the hips sink on the exhale evenly towards your mat, finding any variation of your pigeon pose today. Keeping the breath with you. Welcome to enter a flying pigeon or enter your queen pigeon. Cradle the baby. Sitting nice and tall, drawing your knee inward, keeping that left heel pressing into the mat. Thinking about the crown of your head reaching to the sky. Hugging that knee tight. Inhale through your nose. You're welcome to take more of a pigeon if that's best for your hip. And release. Finding cradle of baby on the other side, staying tall. A little rocking if that feels good, and then that gentle hug. Tabletop. Keeping your wrists right under your shoulders, fingers forward towards your heels, lifting your hips, squeezing your glutes, feeling the backs of your arms, your triceps. Option to lift one foot at a time. If you would like a little bit more work here, or even lifting one foot and then the opposite hand. You can take any variation, just get a few more breaths. Butterfly. Making sure to start sitting really tall, focusing on moving your knees to open your hips. On that exhale, drawing yourself forward in a little hip hinge. Inhale, reach taller through the crown of your head. Exhale, hip hinge forward, and then finding that forward fold. Letting go of expectation of how far to fold here, and welcome to take it in a heart opener butterfly as well. Welcome to lie on your back and take your butterfly. Listen to your body. Wide-legged forward fold. Making sure that your knees are lifted, that you're pressing through your heels. Sitting as tall as you can. Inhale, reach hands open. Exhale, hip hinge forward just a little bit. Focus on drawing your navel towards the floor, and then allow that forward fold to happen. Inhale through your nose. Exhale, nice and slow. Glute bridge. Making sure that your fingers can touch your heels, lifting your hips into the air, squeezing your glutes, getting a deep breath here. Welcome to stay here, or to roll your shoulders under, clasp fingers together. Thinking about a huge heart opener, welcome to lift your heels off, or even lift one foot into the air, and then the other. Bridge or wheel pose. Either lifting your hips into the air, getting deep belly breaths here, or flipping your hands over your shoulders, fingers towards your heels, and exhale, press open into that wheel pose, back bend. Legs up the wall. Welcome to just keep your heels above your hips, allowing the blood to come back down towards your heart. Staying here. Or welcome to find a shoulder stand, supporting your low back, elbows close together, reaching toes towards the sky. Making sure you breathe fully and slow. Taking those deep breaths. Outward, closing your eyes and enjoying completely resting and letting go in your Shavasana pose. allowing your breath to deepen, inviting movement into your fingers and toes, and finding your way to a comfortable seat to end your practice. The light and love in me honors the light and love in you. Namaste.